Hey guys, this is Andre with the CryptoBall, and today I wanted to go over what is happening in the markets. Altcoins are bleeding, Bitcoin is running, and why I think that this is. What implications does this have on the market, and how is this going to affect my portfolio? I really want to get into all of these things. Before we actually do that, I just wanted to say I am not a financial advisor. I'm dressed up as a fortune teller. I just want to make sure that you guys know this is not financial advice and to do your own research. Now that we have that out of the way, King Bitcoin is taking dominance once again as it runs through the market, pulling away from all of these altcoins. And I think that there's a simple reason for that. I think that the primary reason for such a move is based on ETFs. I think that Canada, who just approved their ETF, has put the time clock on the US to allow ETFs into the US market. And this has vast implications. And it's things that we should be looking at when we're looking into the crypto ball to try and figure out how are we going to capitalize on such a movement in the markets. So, first things first, we have to know what is an ETF, right? So, an ETF is a type of security that tracks an index, sector, commodity, or other asset, but which can be purchased or sold on a stock exchange the same way a regular stock can. An ETF can be structured to track anything from the price of an individual commodity to a large and diverse collection of securities. ETFs can even be structured to track specific investment strategies. So say, for instance, you have a commodity like gold, but you want to trade it like a stock. You would have to have an ETF for that. And see, the US, they've been pushing this off because they don't want Bitcoin or digital assets to really be traded in this way because it's kind of like an official instrument for institutional investors, right? So why would the US government want to give an instrument to institutional investors when they're really not that fond of digital assets and Bitcoin in the first place? See, this type of, paradox is really what has kept us from having these type of instruments at our disposal. See, in the previous bull runs, 2013, 2017, it was just retail investors. We really didn't have institutional investors to really come up here and shake things up. And so because of that, we had a lot of speculation, which is why, you'd get these massive parabolic rises followed by super dumps, 80%, market crashes across the entire industry, the entire space. And that's because of paper hands, right? That's because of people that were speculating. They were looking to get in on things that were going up. And once it started to go down, foundation crumbled and to the floor we went. I think that those days are behind us for a myriad of reasons. Banks now getting into crypto space and fund managers offering digital assets just people in general. And because of that, I don't think that we are going to get a massive dump after this bull run. In a matter of fact, where most people think that this bull run is coming to a close, I think that this is going to be a bigger bull run than previous because now we will have the instruments that are able to facilitate long-term institutional investors, right? So, before people could just pull their money out, but now we have PayPal, right? PayPal is allowing cryptocurrency transactions. We have Twitter. You can tip people in Bitcoin. We have all of these ways where people that otherwise were not getting into digital assets are now able to do so easily, and it's much more accessible. And I think that the last step into mainstream institutional investment is an ETF like this. And I really want to go and talk about how drastic this is, right? And why I think that the US is on a time clock that they can't roll back. So, recently, Canada came out with their ETF. It was approved. And let's just read about this for a moment because it really is a big deal, right? So as you see here, this is Yahoo Finance. First ETF combining Bitcoin and Ethereum launches in Canada. Investors who want to buy a cryptocurrency ETF don't have to choose between Bitcoin or Ethereum and its tokens called Ether, because a new fund that holds both started trading today. The new ETF from Evolve ETFs trades under the ticker ETC on the TSX and is Canada's first multi-currency ETF. It will hold the world's two largest cryptocurrencies weighted by their market capitalization, which is around 67% Bitcoin and 33% Ethereum. For now, Evolve will do this by holding its Bitcoin ETF and Ether ETF and rebalance it monthly. Bitcoin and Ethereum make around 65% of the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin has established itself as a store of value and is often referred to as digital gold. Ether is often referred to as digital oil and has become an essential building block for digital finance, including NFTs and other DeFi applications. I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself, but just to hear things like this on Yahoo Finance when it comes to bringing an instrument to institutional investors, I think that this is incredibly bullish and it cannot be overstated when we're talking about price action for these things. First and foremost, this is a major win for Ethereum. Technically, it was Bitcoin and every other coin was an altcoin. That is no longer the case. If Ethereum is being touted as digital oil when it comes to Canada's ETF, I think that right now we're probably seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then everything else is an altcoin. And this is a proper distinction to make because it means that Ethereum is also, I mean, everyone knows it's not going anywhere, but this is incredibly bullish on Ethereum. It's being touted as, a partner to Bitcoin. We already know DeFi is not going anywhere. We know it's the future. This is the financial revolution. But just to hear it from Yahoo Finance is spectacular. A year or two ago, wouldn't even have dreamed of something like this. And you can see this in the prices. Now, everything is bleeding when it comes to everything besides Bitcoin. But the reason of this is that these companies, they're front running Bitcoin. Okay. They're buying it early before this US approval for the ETF, that is the suspected approval for the ETF, because they want Bitcoin at these prices. Because once this ETF goes, I don't think that it's going to stay at 56,000. Okay, a US ETF approval is a major catalyst for big runs, big parabolic runs. This is already a bull run, right? Fourth quarter, typically assets that are doing well going into the fourth quarter continue to run and do well to end off the year. A US ETF for Bitcoin would be a massive catalyst for what I'm assuming to be 70,000, 80,000 or more. We need to be on the lookout for these things. This is a major catalyst and it is a big deal. And, I think that it is one of the reasons why we are seeing these run-ups and everything bleeding, because people are taking out their money from these altcoins. Look at this. Almost all altcoins are down. And the reason is people are taking their profits from these altcoins and they're putting it into Bitcoin, right? Because who is going to benefit from a US ETF? Well, it's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum if Ethereum is included into the US ETF. We don't really know the specifications of how the ETF will be, but if Ethereum is on there as well, you're probably going to see a massive run up on both. Not financial advice, but I just wanted to bring to the attention of the viewers here that an ETF, US ETF, is suspected approval in October this month. And once that approval is there, that ETF should be live in days. Okay, it's not like a month or something like that. No. If it's anything like the Canadian one, it's approved, and then 5 days later or so, it's active. And that means that the bullish momentum over that time is going to be unparalleled. What is the all-time high for Bitcoin? The all-time high for Bitcoin is 63,000. After 63,000, obviously we can't really have, if we pass 63,000, it could be a matter of hours or days to 70, right? Because once we break this last resistance, I think that we're going to see a massive run. If anyone has been there for the previous bull runs, I mean, let's just look at this. A year ago, Bitcoin was $11,000, right? It's already 5x this year. I think that people are going to be incredibly surprised at the US ETF and the catalyst that it can be in this Q4 bull run. And I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So, hey, make sure that you guys are paying attention. Make sure that you're following the Crypto Ball. And yeah, keep up with me. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm looking forward to hearing from the people that are watching me. And yeah, keep up with me. That's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.